Because this is what he said. I'm going to be all right in a minute. He says, concerning this thing, I pleaded with the Lord not once. I didn't do it twice, but 3 times, Lord. Lord have mercy. That it might depart from me. Now, y'all look. Take a psychological snapshot to the intimate portrait that is Paul's life. Watch how the text works. Because the thorn is doing what I believe it's supposed to do, even though at the time, Paul may have been unaware to the true design of the thorn. Because the thorn is a symbol and a shadow of something in Paul's life, watch this here, that did not get fixed even after he was saved. Right? Even after his salvation, the thorn still made its way to Paul's house. Right? And I know it was a delicate situation for Paul because he tells us the skeleton of the story, but he does not give us the specifics of the story. Right? So it's in this circumstance where Paul exhibits for us the priority of prayer. Only after he is pestered with a persistent problem. And we can't look at Paul under the microscope of scrutiny, my brothers and sisters, because some church folk give themselves away so easy, and y'all know it. Look at the hints. You can tell just as well when things are going well for some church folk because they'll drop out of church for 6 and 7 weeks and nobody know where they are. But when they're going through, they're the first ones at the altar. Do I have a witness here? When that spouse or that significant other is acting out, they want a special meeting with the pastor. We got to talk about counseling. When that coworker or that supervisor look like they showed up at work with the express purpose of working your last nerve. When that child want to do grown things but still living as a child. I wish I had a witness. Can't pay grown bills or deal with grown situation. When it seems as though the Lord is out to prove, or the devil rather, is out to prove to the Lord that he was not worth the time he spent on the cross for you. That's when we start making prayer a priority. And I really don't have an issue with what Paul did. I'm not fussing at Paul. It's because prayer is what Paul should have been doing. The inference of the text deals with how Paul desires, with the 3 times, it's a shadow because Paul desires a quick resolution to his complication. And my brothers and my sisters, a lot of folk are crying about being delivered. I heard you, choir. But a lot of us are guilty of wanting deliverance without development. Yeah. Because, Lord, the reality is, can I talk to y'all for a second? Because, Lord, if the Lord develops me, I can deal differently with my problems. If the Lord develops me, as I'm navigating through the terrain of this life, I won't throw up my hands and call it quits just because things aren't going according to the way I planned them. When the Lord develops you, you don't always have to look at deliverance as the only answer to situations you struggle. Yes, sir. Development allows you to look at your situation through a Christological lens. Yes, sir. Look at it in the way that God would look at your situation. Because my brothers and my sisters, a lot of us raise hell in the church house because we have escaped the developmental stage. And folk, yes, sir. And folk want to complain about how things are going in church and you don't show up for Bible study. There's something wrong with that. Oh, y'all ain't saying nothing. I must be on the right track. You don't want to show up to Sunday school, but you'll show up to a church meeting. My brothers and my sisters, I might not make it back, but I'm going to say it while I'm here. You don't always need to be delivered from your thorn. Your thorn is there to develop you. And that's why I don't get frustrated with folk. I don't get frustrated with folk who don't pray until something starts bothering them. The Lord knows what to unleash in your life to get you to start praying. Yeah, because some of us didn't start praying for real. Tell somebody, say for real. Didn't start praying for real until you got that bad report from the doctor. Some of us didn't start praying until our marriage got on the rock. You know, forget that. Some of us didn't start praying till the marriage had fallen off the cliff. Do I have a witness here? Some of us didn't start praying until our children had gotten into a situation that we couldn't get them out of. Yeah, some of us didn't start praying until our parents got, yes, sir, till our parents got sick. And the Lord knows what to do and allow in your life to get you to talk to him. Because one of the more suggestions for the existence of problems in our life, my brothers and sisters, is so that we can have something to talk to him about. Yes, sir. Do I have a witness in here? He wants you to talk to him anyway. But some of us won't speak to him unless we're suffering. And as real saints, some of us need to be able to testify, yes, sir, that just talking to him makes our day a little bit brighter and a little bit better. You don't have to, I don't have to get my bank account in the negative. Tell somebody and say the negative. I don't have to get my bank account in the negative to talk to him. I'm going to praise him while I got a few dollars in the bank. I ain't got, it ain't nothing got to be wrong. Some folk call your cell phone and you look at the number, you be like, I am not picking that up. And you're not picking it up because, I'm not picking it up because there are some folk who I know won't get in touch with me just to see how I'm doing. Some folk I know, I don't even tell them how you do, what you want. But my brothers and my sisters, some of us need to be grateful. Yes, sir, and I'm almost through. Some of us need to be grateful for the fact, my brothers and sisters, that God has an immeasurable capacity for conversation because he responds to every call we put through, even though he knows the motivation for us calling. Yeah. I thank God that he never puts me on hold. I thank him that he never tells me to leave a note in my car with his secretary and he'll get back to me at his earliest convenience. I thank God that he's never too high. I thank God that he's never too hurried. I thank God that he's never too Hollywood, yes sir, to sit down and have a conversation with me. Yeah, I wish somebody could testify in this house that it was talking to him that got you through the divorce. I wish somebody could testify that it was talking to him that got you through you having a baby out of wedlock and folk looking at you stupid like they ain't never had no babies out of wedlock. It was, oh yes sir, it was talking to him. I heard what the songwriter said. He said, just a little talk with Jesus. Yes sir, I'm gonna feel all right in a minute. Makes it all right. He says, I once was lost in sin and Jesus took me in, and then a little light from heaven filled my soul. He bathed my heart in love, and then he wrote my name above. And just a little talk to somebody and say, talk to him, baby. You better talk to him. So tell somebody, say you need to talk to him. Talk to him, my brothers and sisters, because it's talking to him that's going to get you through your storm. Do you have a witness in this house? It's talking to him. Yeah. And then you talking to him, you got to be careful, because I listen to the conversations of a lot of folk, but I don't always retain the information. But this is a conversation, my brothers and sisters, you don't need to go to sleep on. You need to remember when he talks to you, because when you go through a storm, certain things will come to mind. He was wounded for my transgression, yes sir, and he was bruised for my iniquity. The chastisement of my peace was upon him, and with his stripes I am healed. You need to be able to regurgitate some of the remnants of the conversation. I was young, yes sir, and now I'm old, and I've never seen the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging bread. Regurgitate what he's talking to you about. Yes sir, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth them out of them all. Touch somebody one more time and say, talk to him sometime.